This is Dr. Andrew Jones. In this edition of Veterinary Secrets, I'm going to be discussing My Cat Gussie. Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. Today's video, unfortunately, isn't the most uplifting one. It's about my older cat, Gussie. She's a 20-year-old cat. She's had kidney disease for a period of time. She's been well managed, but she is 20, and just in the last few days, she started to exhibit the signs of end-stage renal failure, where she really is sick. Up until a few days ago, she was still meowing away, waking us up early in the morning, demanding attention from me, regularly eating a can of cat food a day. So eating a lot. Yes, she was drinking a lot, urinating a lot, all the normal signs of kidney failure. It's primarily been managed with her just switching primarily to a canned food as opposed to dry food, lots of additional moisture, slightly reduced protein, so it's been a senior cat food. And she's done great, essentially without me having to do any type of interventions. And yet, yes, there's been some changes in her in terms of she's slowly lost some muscle mass. She's been a little bit weaker. She's definitely slept more often. But the last few days, unfortunately, as it's we're getting close to Christmas, she's really showing some pretty serious signs. So Gussie is just fairly comfortably resting here, just beside me. I think you guys should be able to see her just in the camera there. She seems comfortable, but it takes her a little bit to just become settled. So I don't really want to move her to do anything to her in particular. The point of this video is just to talk about, how she's doing and give you a little bit of information. Perhaps if you're going through something similar with your own cat or dog. So as I had said earlier, she's got end-stage kidney failure, and she's been managed fairly simply in terms of me primarily just giving her this slightly reduced protein, so a senior canned cat food. So lots of additional moisture, essentially weaned her off completely the dry food. And that really did wonders for her. Just that additional moisture from just eating that canned food has really given her this really good quality of life without having to do anything else too dramatically. So what I did yesterday is, and this is also something that I think you should all be able to do at home, is I gave her some subcutaneous fluids. So this is an IV bag. This is lactated ringers, and here's a drip set. I actually do have another video on this, how to give sub-Q fluids to your dogs or cats. And here's the 18 gauge needle I just got covered up at the end because I just used it yesterday. And what I gave her is 120 mils of fluid. So what it means is you've got this bag held up. You just find a little spot. I just gave it in between her shoulder blades right here. Just picked up the skin. I'm not going to do it. I just did a little tent. Poke the needle right in underneath the skin, and then I just open up the drip set right here, open up, and held this up, kind of open. Sometimes the line is a little bit pinched, so you just have to open up the line so the fluid will run. And then I let 120 mils, it's marked on the bag, so I let just over 100 mils, about 120 mils of fluid run into her. Afterwards, there was a little bit of a pouch. So sometimes, initially, especially if your protein levels are low, some of that fluid won't get absorbed all at once. So it sort of started to drift down, and then I heard a call from my wife, Andrew, Gussie's got this big lump underneath her chest. So the fluid was given here, and it just sort of drifted down just underneath her neck, down here, underneath her chest. And that's not uncommon as well, especially in our older guys who have kidney failure and slightly low protein. But she did absorb all that fluid, and it did seem to perk her up. And this morning she came up and meow at me and sort of want some attention, and I kind of helped her up onto the couch. And I sit here, do my thing, and sip my coffee, and she sort of purrs and gets some attention. So it did make her feel slightly better, but that's it as far as intervention wise. I mean, she is 21 years old, and she's had a great quality of life. It does seem that during the holiday season in particular, when I was in veterinary practice, it seemed to me I was doing more euthanasias. And I think in part, family are coming home for the holidays, they see their older animals, there's sort of a discussion around quality of life, and the decision, and there's a focus on, what is important in terms of, are we just keeping our dog or cat alive, or do they actually have a good quality of life? Hence, and I think that was the biggest reason why it was never seemed to be something around convenience or anything like that. It was an issue around what is the best interest of our pets. And likewise, I'm sort of at the same place with Gussie right now. I mean, she ate a small amount of food, she drank a little bit of water, I gave her additional sub-Q fluids, but she's not dramatically better now, and that was sort of my hope. I would give her some sub-Q fluids the next day, she'd perk right up as these 2 kidney values, urea, creatinine, drop down, but that hasn't happened. As you can see, I mean, she's not really moving, and if you know from any of my other videos, she's not the easiest cat necessarily to work with, and if she's not moving, I mean, there's something going on. So yeah, I have the sense she doesn't feel great. So we've just discussed this as a family, and if she's not really markedly, changed throughout today, so long as nothing big happens, then we sort of made that decision as a family that she'll have to be euthanized later today.